Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with a Peanut Butter Filling, aka the Man of the Century, aka Big Daddy Long, and y'all know the rest. So, hello guys. So, today we're going to be talking about a new anime called Mecha-Ude, or Mechanical Arms. So this, like I said before, this is a new anime. This is a part of fall the fall season of anime, because for those of you that don't know, there are different animes depending on the seasons. So like this is a part of the fall anime season, and when it turns to winter, we'll get winter anime season. Then summer, spring, y'all get it, right? This is a part of the fall anime season, right? So Mecha-Ude, or Mechanical Arms, is about sentient mechanical arms named Mecha-Ude, and it's about this one specific mechanical arm called Alma. So Alma one day gets like taken from this this building, right? Where they're doing experiments. He falls in an alleyway, and this random kid named Hikaru, right? He hears Alma's voice begging for help, and he goes to investigate, and he sees Alma, and when he touches Alma, Alma activates, and Alma bonds itself with Hikaru's hoodie. So now the whole season is going to be Hikaru and Alma dealing with all of this nonsense. There are people here trying to get Alma because Alma is important to what they want to do, and there's another group named Arms trying to protect Alma, so the bad group doesn't get to Alma. It's a whole thing, and now Hikaru and Alma gotta deal with all that. So hope I explained that good. So this is actually a Kickstarter anime. Yeah, I think the backstory for this is that it originally started as just a one episode Kickstarter, but then it got so much traction that it eventually got picked up for a full anime. So good for them. The animation is really good. You can definitely tell that they took a lot of inspiration from Studio Trigger. If you don't know Studio Trigger, they animated Kill la Kill. So yeah, and I also believe they animated the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime. Yeah, I think they also did that too. So yeah, you can definitely tell that this anime took a lot of inspiration from Studio Trigger. In fact, when I first watched the trailer clips on TikTok from this anime, I originally thought that it was the Studio Trigger who animated this, but it wasn't. So the animation is great. It looks very smooth at some points of this anime, very very smooth. I can't explain it, but the way the characters move in certain scenes, I don't know, it feels very crisp is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the animation's great, no complaints on the animation. The fight scene's great, the way the characters move are great, everything is great, right? No complaints on the animation here. Now the story, I like it so far. It's basically Parasite the anime meets Transformers, with these sentient mechanical beings bonding themselves to humans. So I like it so far. I kind of like the trope of two beings having to coexist to help each other out. I kind of like that whole genre. Venom, as I said before, the Parasite anime. There's more examples. Another Upgrade. Not another Upgrade, but the Upgrade movie. For those of you that know the Upgrade movie, I might talk about that later. I might talk about that in the future. But yeah, the Upgrade movie, for those of you that saw that movie. So I kind of like that genre. about two different beings having to coexist. So I like that aspect. I like Alma and I like Hikaru. I like their dynamic. I like how Alma, he's like the salt of the earth, basically. Wants to help out, wants to do anything he can to help. And Hikaru, just being this normal, regular kid, just, he's hesitant at first, but in the end, he still wants to go and help because he has a heart of gold. He's a good person. He wants to help out. So I like their whole dynamic. I think their banter is nice. Now, but there's one character that I do have a bit of a problem with, and that's the character of Aki. Now, we first meet Aki in the first scene of episode 1, actually, is when we first meet her, and throughout the series, we're told that, like, Aki is this badass, right? This badass chick. Hell, she's so badass that she's actually assigned to bodyguard Hikaru and Alma, right? She's assigned as their bodyguard, so because she's that badass, right? Because normally you have somebody would have like one like mecha arm, right, or Mecha-Ude, right? But she has two. She has two on like her, one on each leg, like right there, right. She has two Mecha-Udes, right? She has two mechanical arms. She's this big old badass, right? But every fight she's in, she either gets her ass kicked or she's on the verge of losing and she gets saved by the main character. So I just think that's a lot of wasted potential with her because this series tells us that she's a badass, but we don't really get to see her do badass things. I guess we kind of do, but those badass moments don't mean anything if she loses. You know what I mean? Like, it's such wasted potential because, like, again, she's built up to be this super strong, super badass character, right? But in the end, I think she almost always ends up getting bailed out by the main character, Hikaru and Alma. So I just that's kind of disappointed me, because yeah, I that kind of disappointed me, right? That aspect there. I thought they could do better with Aki because they really shafted her in this anime. So they could have did her better. But other than that, I like most of the characters. Like I said before, I like Alma and Hikaru's dynamic. Even though Aki, I do have my problems with Aki. I do kind of like her as a character. I like her dynamic with Hikaru and their budding friendship. Maybe grow into something more. Who knows? But I like their budding relationship growing. I like how they're getting closer. I like it. There's another character in here that wants to get Alma. I don't remember his name at the moment, but he has green hair and he has another Mecha-Ude. So I want to know more about him and what his deal is, because with the rest of the show, other Mecha Arms, they talk, right? The other Mecha Arms easily, freely talk. But his Mecha-Ude doesn't talk. And he just has full up control over it. Like, with the rest, it's like a partnership, right? Teamwork, right? But with this one, he has full control and it does not talk at all. So I really want to know what his deal is and, like, what the deal with his Mecha-Ude is. I want to dive deeper into that. There's, and I just want to know more about Alma's backstory, because they keep hinting that, like, he caused a issue or a problem and, like, he's the reason why some bad things are happening. And Alma, he has amnesia. Alma's like, what did I do? He wants to remember, right, what he did. So I want to know more about what his backstory is, what his deal is. Maybe we'll know this season, but who knows? I would say go read the manga, but this doesn't have a manga because this is an original anime. Yeah, this is an original anime, not based off of a manga at all. So, completely original idea. So, we're going to have to wait to see what happens next. So, that's cool. But yeah, hopefully we'll get answers by before the season ends. One thing that I'm really curious though is how Alma bonded with Hikaru's hoodie, because usually for Mecha-Ude to emerge, right, to bond, they have to bond to human skin, right? They need human skin to emerge, right, and fully activate. But Alma merged with Hikaru's jacket, so I'm wondering, like, if at some point Hikaru and Alma are going to bond properly at some point. I don't know if they are. Although, you could arguably say that their situation is better than just having him straight up bonded to Hikaru's skin, because they can actually separate a bit. They can. Yeah, he doesn't at home, say at home, he doesn't have, Hikaru doesn't have to bring Alma into the bathroom with him, like when he's taking a dump or anything. So, in that sense, I guess you could say it's better, but in another sense, it's bad because if they're a certain far apart, what am I trying to say? If they're pretty far apart, like say, like even a few feet apart, Alma starts to deactivate. So Hikaru has to stay close to Alma so Alma doesn't die, essentially, because the Mecha-Udes in here, remember, the Mecha-Udes, they're sentient beings, so they can die. So Hikaru has to stay with Alma so Alma doesn't die, essentially. And in that aspect, you could say that it's bad, but at least as long as Hikaru isn't that far away from Alma, it's good. It's alright. They'll be fine. He'll be fine. So, yeah, I want to know if they're gonna properly bond, but who knows? A lot of questions, because we're only 6 episodes in, and I got a lot of questions. Although, but I guess that shows you how invested I am, because I have a lot of questions and I want to know where this goes and where this leads to. But yeah, so far I really like it so far. The animation is great. The characters are great. I still have my issues with with Aki specifically, because yeah, I can't stress this enough. They shafted her, absolutely shafted her. Hell, there's a point in the show where Aki straight up loses her mecha arms. Like, she just straight up loses them. And she's in the hospital bed because in this anime, if a person is separated from their Mecha-Ude, they die. So she's in the hospital bed, and the main character, again, Hikaru and Alma, they have to go and get her mecha arms to bond with her again, so she can be good, right? So when that happened, I was like, oh damn, they really, really shafted her ass, because it's to a point where it just starts to become funny. It just starts to become funny of just how much of a second thought Aki is when it comes to fighting and when it comes to battles. Hell, I was talking to my brother about it the other day, and he made a joke saying that, like, oh, so just go to the corner and just hold shit since you're useless in battle. Like, it's laughable. It's genuinely is laughable at how badly they fumble Aki in this show. So hopefully she gets a redeeming moment. Hopefully she actually wins a fight this time. Hopefully she wins a fight soon on her own and not having to get saved. So yeah, I'm holding out hope for that. But other than that, it's a very solid show so far. I will continue to watch it. I give it 2 thumbs up, but with no J3T stamp of approval. I like it so far. I have questions. I have some complaints specifically with Aki, and like also I guess another complaint. I wish they could have build up the world more because we don't know much about these Mecha-Udes. We don't really know where like they come from. So like I wish they kind of like built up the world more, and I wish we could learn more about the arms, like the good group, not the bad group, the good group. I wish we could learn more about them, but maybe as the series goes on, we'll learn more. But I'm just holding out hope that we learn more. But yeah, it's a solid show so far. Go watch it. So yeah, go watch it now. Well, not now, before you, after you watch this video. But yeah, after you watch this video, then go watch it. But yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you really like me, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it is free, damn it. Don't be a dum dum. Subscribe today. Deuces.